I can hear you. Yeah, like I said the last time, that could be creepy and wholesome with different interpretations to it. Anyway, what's up YouTube? It is your boy Bento and welcome back to Doki Doki Heart Struck. I have bad news for y'all. So I know I said in the last episode that there was gonna be a double upload. I'm sorry that didn't end up becoming the case. I've tried 2 times recording the whole FNF Doki Doki Takeover Plus mod, and it just doesn't want to work out for me. The gameplay can go super smooth after a few tries, but between the loading between songs and transitioning, it takes a little while, and I've seen that there are some chances that the game would end up crashing, which in turn, I don't know why, but would stop the recording on OBS. So I would just have these multiple chunks of each part, and that wasn't really good for my storage. So until I figure out why it's doing that, or I have some other screen to put OBS on so I can make sure that it's recording perfectly, I'm not gonna be able to publish or put out the FNF Doki Doki Takeover mod onto this channel, which is very sad because while I was recording, I enjoyed the mod very much. The music was amazing, and this would have been something I would have wanted to, enjoy with y'all. But unfortunately, the game had other plans, so yeah. Anyway, where we left off, we met everyone else at the club, and we also met Natsuki, which in turn turned out to be our long lost friend that we made a promise to all those years ago. She saw us, recognized us, and ran out of the club room in tears. Of course, that looks very bad on us because these people don't know who we are, but they know Natsuki, and so without any context to help them, it would seem like we would be threatening her or something happened between us for that to happen. And that became the case when we came back in after making up and all that. So for now, what we're trying to do is find ways or show Natsuki that we are actually back for what we did. We are very sorry for that, and we are trying to gain her trust back. So, yeah. That's enough rambling from me. Let's just start it up. It's now Thursday. It is a new day. A new day, another meeting at the literature club, and for once a day of me not skimming past school. I aced the pop quiz in chemistry and even attracted some attention in class because of it. I know that's not really a good sign because the only reason people are now talking to me is because they think I might help them out with studies. I swear, people only notice you when you become an asset to them, when you become useful to them, when they can get something out of benefit for you, out of you, when it's beneficial to them. Well, some people are like that, not everyone. But it's a start to something better in my book. Right now, I'm the center of attention for only a few moments, seeing as how I'm the last one here and decently late. Hey there, Bento. Yo, sorry I'm late. I got caught up talking to some classmates on the way here. No need to worry. We all had our share of running late at some points. But now then, we don't have much planned today, so you can do your own thing. You know where to find me if you need anything. Alright then. And try not to tease Natsuki too much today. She has complained about it from yesterday. I'll try my best. Good enough for me. I quickly drop my bag on the desk, which I now claim as my spot in the club. Seeing that all the girls have their own seats, I thought it'd be a good idea to follow through. But now that I'm actually here, I don't feel like immediately catching up on my book. I look around the room to see each girl already indulging in their activity, which was familiar to what I've seen from yesterday. Sayuri's off in one of the middle row seats, writing something on a page. Monika's at the teacher's desk busy on the computer, while Yuri is reading her book with a cup of tea? I wonder where she got that. Lastly, I see Natsuki head peek out of the closet and eyes me instantly. I give her a light wave, to which she responds with an eye roll before sinking back into the closet.
Not gonna climb.
Okay.
Initiating protocol. Keys to assume. Loading annoy.exe.
Alrighty. It's now time to be annoying, which I don't think is the best way of making her trust us, but oh well. Hey there, shorty. Hey. Hey now, what's with the face? I'm not in the mood to yell right now, so don't even try anything. I'm not going to do anything. I just swung by to hang out, and also because I'm curious as to why you're always back here. And what if I told you that's none of your concern? Then I keep asking over and over again until you give in. It always seemed to work out. It always seemed to work whenever you wouldn't show me what manga you were reading. Fine. If it gets you to leave me alone quicker. Natsuki's turned around and reached for a box, one of the lower shelves, on the tips of her toes and slid it off. It's not like you don't already know this. Natsuki sets the box down on a nearby table and I take a peek inside. Holy hell. Looking inside, I find a colorful haven of various volumes of manga. Most of them have the title Parfait Girls, but the rest of some series I also read are still need to. How do you even have all of these in here? Shh. Calm down. This is only half of my collection. Have you read all of these? I've only read a few volumes of Parfait Girls. I usually bring the ones I'm reading or will read eventually. The rest are back at my house. And just so you know, I have completed Urusei's Loom. So you have to scratch that off of your apology gifts. Damn, Mom's pastries really are my last hope. Hehehe. I look back down at the box and think to myself for a moment. Do you want to read with me? Yes, because we're definitely being annoying. She's definitely going to say yes. What? Some manga. I thought we could read for a bit. I heard what you said. I just want to know why. I just think it's a good pastime since I've got nothing else to do. Plus, we used to read together every day. It shouldn't be a big deal or anything. But it is a big deal. Nothing. I didn't say anything. Come on now. For old time's sake, I'll even give Parfait Girls another shot if you want to enlighten me. Alright, fine. Jeez. I could somewhat feel my soul take a sigh of relief, but we are going to read Parfait Girls. I'm not going to just let you go scot-free after how brutally you insulted actual quality. Are you sure we read the same books? And we do it my way. Alright, lead the way. Natsuki does in fact lead the way after pulling out a volume from the box, heading towards the windows as she scanned the cover. She then sat down on the floor with her back against the wall. I just stood there and stared at her for a brief moment. Move your butt, dummy. Sorry. I quickly head over and sit down next to her, though once I do, Natsuki scoots away from me, then opens the volume. She then hands me one side of the book, which I hold onto automatically. You comfortable like this? I'm fine. Wait, this is the first volume? Yeah? I already read this though. Well, clearly you didn't read it right considering the review I got yesterday. I'm going to open your eyes and show you what you missed. Consider this a lesson from the pro. Teach me your ways, oh great one. Once we started reading through the chapters, I can barely stay focused. Even though my eyes were on the page, I took every chance I could to glance at my right. That's a little creepy, dog. Seeing Natsuki joyfully point out comedic scenes and giving me extra background to the smallest of details. It fills me with this warmth and happiness that I longed for. It feels as though we're kids again, sitting exactly like this, exactly like we used to, at break in school or at the park. That's why I was staring at her for so long when she sat down. I felt this wave of nostalgia rush through me when she sat down and bent her legs, a scene I was so used to whenever I saw her waiting for me. Even now, the way she's hugging her legs that makes her look like a tiny ball, it was always her go-to position to sit in when I held the book. This is all the same. The only difference is the distance between us, both figuratively and literally. Bento? Hello? Sorry, what were you saying? Were you actually not listening? So much for reading with me. No, I'm just lost in thought is all. Exactly, you're not focused at all. Well, can you blame me? All of this is just bringing back memories, and it's hard to focus on so much at once. Memories? Come on, Nat. You can't hate me that much to not at least recall the good old days. Hate you? Who said I don't hate you, you moron. I just said I'm not forgiving you yet. There's a difference. And who said I haven't been thinking about it myself? That's why I'm trying so hard to just talk about the manga. Whoa. Her being this honest so quickly is really something new. But maybe not entirely, since she is struggling to not bring it up much. I should probably do the same for now. I don't want to push her when she clearly isn't comfortable with the topic at hand. Alright, I'll shut up. And I promise I'll stay focused this time. You don't have to do this when you don't want to. Trust me, I really do. That's why I asked in the first place. It's my fault for trailing off. Come on, I'm sure Minori's okay. What? You know what? I've read worse on gosh darn. I've read worse on Triple Trouble, which was an 18 plus mod. Alright, I read worse. Come on, I'm sure Minori's Lost Panties quest won't end with her own room. Don't know why we had to say that, but alright. Natsuki and I start reading for real this time, the nerve and awkward atmosphere fading almost instantly. Our reading would occasionally come to a stop every time we finished a few chapters so we could discuss it. Or rather so Natsuki could quiz me. My preference for the story has only been shaken but not changed completely. I have learned to see it from a new perspective though, so I believe even that can change soon. Eventually, we finished the entire first volume in a flash, or so I thought. It was that quick. Monika's call from the front of the room caught our attention in a snap. It felt as if we made ourselves a small bubble of entertainment which soon popped from her voice. Okay everyone, looks like our time's up for today. I have a special announcement I'd like to share with all of you on Monday for the club. No need to keep on high on the group chat this time. Natsuki and I give each other a little pouty look that we didn't expect to give off at the same time. Averting my eyes, I get up from the floor and stretch for a bit while Natsuki returns the volume into the box. I offered to help put the box back, but she kindly declined my assistance. I think I'll count that as my time well spent today. You were right though. I really was just reading the story with my brain turned off through it all. No duh. You barely even remember the names of half of the main characters. Just be thankful I didn't have much to do myself today. But I had fun too. I'm glad. Same time, same place tomorrow? Just sure, whatever. Cool. I'll see you then. Natsuki leaves the room before me this time, but once I go to do the same, I'm stopped by Monika calling out on me. Bento, wait up. May I have a word with you? Sure. I look out the door to see Sayuri standing there, to whom I motion to go on without me. She complies with a smile and I return my attention to Monika's, who's already back at the teacher's desk. So, what's up? Monika proceeds to hand me the members list from yesterday with a strange look on her face. I take a look and instantly realize what the problem was. I completely overlooked that I had to mention my class and homeroom teacher. Ah, sorry. It's alright. Consider all that happened that day, I'm sure you were having a hard time to keep track on things. Ain't that the truth? Monika hands me a pen and I quickly get to filling up the empty spaces. If it's okay to ask, how are things going so far with you two? I really don't know. At one point I feel like I'm making progress with her, and at the other she suddenly sees me as a stranger. But we did have a little extra time together today and it went really well, so I'm sure we're getting somewhere. You make it sound as though it's a difficult game. Sure, it feels like it. But you know you can't rush things like this, right? Natsuki can be a bit of a challenge to get along with as it is, so it would take longer in this case too. Yeah, I know. I hand the paper back to her, but as she reached for it, I noticed I was holding 2 pages. Because the second one slipped out, fell to the floor. I quickly kneel to pick it up, and I hear a small yell from Monica. Did she jump away? Hey, we got a poem! The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells the lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. All meaning, all purpose. And all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall. And I fall, and I fall, and I fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I take a look. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. That was nice. I look up from the page and return it to Monica, but quickly pull it back once I see how shaken up she looks. Are you right? If I wasn't supposed to read this, I'm sorry. No, it's alright. Don't worry about it. It really is a good poem, though. I'm a bit confused about what it's trying to say. Just a little practice piece I did today. Practice? I hand the poem back to her and watch as her posture firmly rebuilds itself as if nothing even happened. I'm not even sure what happened. It's actually related to the announcement next week, although I'm a bit worried about it myself. Why's that? You see, I've been thinking about having our club participate in the events of the school festival. Oh yeah, I heard from Koto that the school had a festival once a year. During that time, a lot of clubs take this opportunity to express what their club has to offer and gain more members in the process. Considering our current state, I get why it's a concern of Monica's. I already have an idea on what we're going to be doing, but that's not what's worrying me. You're worried about how the others will take this. You catch on quick, it's really impressive. The reaction we got from Yuri and Natsuki yesterday was a strong one, so I can't imagine how they'd react to this. I mean, Sayuri seems like she'd be all in regardless, and I would too. But getting Yuri and Natsuki on board with the idea, isn't the festival like 1 or 2 months away though? Why make it known so early on? Initially, I planned to let them know and start practicing our part early. I knew if they do end it upset. I can't speak. I knew if they do end up accepting, it would take us a while to actually prepare. And what's wrong with being prepared beforehand? Huh, that's fair. Well, the issue with the girls still stands. I can help out with giving them a little push if you want. I mean, I don't really know much about everyone yet aside Natsuki, but I'm willing to do my part in whatever's needed for the club to grow. That's really nice of you, Bento. Though, I'd feel really bad about having you do all this when it's only your second day here. It's no problem, really. I can confirm I'll make some breakthrough with at least one of them. Monica giggles knowing who I'm referring to. Anyway, I'm gonna get going now. I have a feeling Sayuri is still waiting for me outside, even though I told her to go on without me. You shouldn't keep her waiting then. I've kept you long enough anyway. I'll see you tomorrow then. Later, Monica. Bye, Bento. And thank you. I raised my hand over my head in a wave goodbye as I left down the hallway. This new task at hand isn't exactly a burden to me, and it actually feels like a new responsibility bestowed upon me. That sounds dramatic, but I've never really was the type of person to be involved so much with others that people would ever need my help in anything. I head outside and for once see the school grounds completely empty. I guess I really wasn't there with Monica for a while. I didn't see Sayuri back inside, nor do I see her out here, so she really must have went home. Now that I think about it, Monica acted really weird when I read her poem. Was she embarrassed by it? No, that's dumb. She's the one who's always encouraging everyone to be confident about these things, and she didn't seem uneasy when we started talking about it. When I went to pick up her poem from the ground, she sort of squeaked. Oh. She thought I was going to flick her squirt or something. God damn it. I slammed the palm of my head against my forehead as I paced out through the gates, my own embarrassment chasing me away. Okay, brother. Once I get home, I change out of the uniform and toss myself onto the couch, ready to bask in my natural habitat. Or so I thought. Once I grabbed my phone, the darkened screen reflected a face that screamed for productivity. I came home after a long day of school, yet my body still feels like it's not done enough. I guess it hasn't adapted to the lack of workout routines ever since I came back. That's the problem then. I should keep a lookout for a gym or something, since I never trusted myself to keep a routine at home, but for now, when the thought is there, I should follow through with it. Oh, we're gonna go to the gym now? Whew. Man, I was really fired up to do this. I didn't even notice how dark it had gotten until I was done with some sit-ups. I went through all my routines rather slowly, but a few rounds made me break a sweat instantly. I should probably get something to eat, then take a shower. Or, wait. Do I take a shower first and then eat? I would eat and then take a shower. Or take a shower and then eat. So, what did you and Monica talk about? Don't worry about it. What? That's not an answer. Sure it is. It's just one you didn't want to hear. But I want to know. Sorry, can't do that. It's related to Monica's announcement she has for Monday, and I can't spill anything. Come on, just one hint. Pass. You didn't even think about it. And I can do it all day. Now come on, if we run late today, I'll never making you pancakes again. Huh? I tap her forehead and start jogging. Wait, you don't mean that. Oh, yes, I do. Sayuri and I reach school on time and part ways when I tell her I'm heading for the vending machine again. I don't think it's healthy, but the last drink I got from here really struck my taste buds. I can't wait till break to get it. By the time I near the stairs, a good majority of the students have already got into the classes. But once I turn the corner, I find a student at the machine, leaning against the glass of it while he's busy on his phone. I walk up to him. Hey, could you move? I need to grab something. He seems to purposely be ignoring me. Hello? Screw off already. You got lunch break to grow a gut. Dude, it's 3 steps to the left. Suddenly he throws himself off the vending machine and stares me down with a stern look. You got a problem there, punk? He shoves me, then attempts to grab me by my collar, but I push him back in time. I stand there for a moment, then sigh to myself. Fine, let me try this again. Get the fuck out of my way. Oh, snap! We are not one to play with. Classes go by like a breeze, and it's already time to meet for club meetings. As the other students begin to leave for the door, I stay back for a bit and dig through my bag, looking for my manga I snuck in today. If Natsuki and I continue Parfait Girls as quick as we did yesterday, I can read a few of my own series with her too. Sure enough, I find it hidden deep within the abyss, then nod to myself before zipping up my bag. I glance around the room before finally leaving. I didn't see Kotonuha around. She must have left already, but it feels strange to not see her here when I'm leaving. I guess she did it a lot in my first week, and I got used to it too quick. Did you hear what happened this morning? About that guy from class 2E getting beaten up? Yeah, he was missing a tooth too. Someone from his class said he wouldn't say who did it and kept trying to convince everyone that he fell down the stairs. He's obviously lying, but who the hell could beat down a guy that big? Kenta, what the hell? Get out, this is girl talk. Did we beat him up? All the last thing it said was get the fuck out of my way. That's all the last thing it said. As I head down the hallway, I think about this new quest of mine. I offered help on my own, but the task at hand is so specific, I don't know how I'm going to approach it. Both Natsuki and Yuri have obvious stage fright, so the logical idea would be to help them get over it by putting them on the spot? What? No, that would just become part of the preparation Monika has planned for the festival. I guess I could have a lead to help them once Monika gives more details on what our activity even is. Once I reach the club room, I reach for the door, but it swipes away from my fingertips. Ah, sup? Really? Why is our... Okay. Yuri stands there completely frozen with a pitcher in hand. She hasn't moved at all, let alone breathe. Maybe it's because of the shock. Or maybe because our noses are almost touching at this distance. Damn, we're that close? I quickly step aside, allowing Yuri to break from her panic and step out. Sorry about that. It's alright. I will be back. I watched Yuri pace down the hall, barely picking up her feet as she moved. Scratching the back of my head, I wonder if I'm going to have to explain what the scare was about in the club or not as I head inside. Once I enter the room, I try to... Bento, you're here! Sayuri jumps at me out of nowhere like a viper and locks her hands around my arm, pouncing in place like a puppy. Jeez, you scared the life out of me. What's with the energy though? I've been coming here for days already. Well, today just feels special. How so? I don't know. I admire the positivity. And that's one of the reasons she's our vice president. Sayuri does know how to keep the environment bright and full of positive energy. It even helps us work better and harder on our activities. Hear that, Bento? I'm going to make you feel happy whether you like it or not. Sayuri raises her hands like claws and hisses at me. Please don't. To which I respond with a tap on her nose. She made it sound more like you're a totem rather than a member. Well, she does feel like a lucky charm in the club. I'm very thankful none of them noticed me flinch when Yuri started talking. I didn't even notice her walk in. How quiet are her feet? I'd take a quick look around the room and even eye the closet. Natsuki's not here yet? No, she's usually one of the first ones here. Huh, I wonder what's keeping her. Eventually, all of us dispersed to our own activities, which include me sitting at my desk reading my book. Though, yet again, I find myself unable to focus because my mind keeps fussing over Natsuki. It's only been 5 minutes. I shouldn't be worrying this much already, but what if she's in trouble or even... sorry I'm late. I got stuck helping out our teacher with moving her stuff from room to room. There really was nothing to worry about then. I slip in my bookmark and close my book as Natsuki approached me. Hey, shorty. Hey, dummy, what you reading? Just a book I picked up from the library a while ago. That doesn't mean I'm going to drop reading manga with you. I just have this to keep myself busy. So you're reverting back to a bookworm? Hey, what's wrong with me reading a book? Is this not the literature club? Whatever. It's not like I was waiting to read with you. I won't even... Oh, no, you don't. We're reading whether you like it or not. That's not what I meant. We won't be able to read today anyways because it's Friday. Is something special happening today? Before I can even get a response, I suddenly hear the desk behind me getting dragged across the floor. I turn around and find the source to be Yuri and Sayuri arranging a few desks together to form a large table followed by a few chairs to go with it. Huh? Oh, we actually get to see the formation of it. Once they're done, Yuri heads back to the closet and passes by an electric kettle I just noticed resting on the bookshelf. Come on, Bento. What's up with all this? I head over and sit on the right first seat, followed by Sayuri, who plopped down on the chair opposite of mine. This is what we call our small cheat day. Huh? Soon Monika joins us and sits at the head of the table. With how our usual club time goes, we decide to keep things less professional on Fridays. It's nothing special. We sit together and talk about the whole week while also sharing interesting stories. And what better way to spend idle chit-chat than with a cup of tea? Yuri sets down a complete tea set on the table. Its entire decor is really fancy with the golden rims and purple spirals covering the white body of both the cups and teapot. Oh yeah, I saw you drinking some tea yesterday too. The teachers let you keep a whole set in here? Yes, we did get permission from them. It was easy to convince them that it was a needed luxury. After all, a hot cup of tea goes well with a good book. The warmth keeps your minds at ease and helps you dive deeper into wonders of a good story. I may not be a tea person, but that's very true. I usually spend my time reading with a cup of hot chocolate as a kid, but as time went on, it transitioned into coffee. It really keeps that calm atmosphere stable no matter the weather or time. Well, then I suppose you can try oolong a try once in a while. It is what I have for today. I'll give it a shot then. Wow, you two really... Wow. You two really like to intimidate our other members, huh? I might as well have both of you be the mascots of the club. I thinking everyone here is greatly talented. I'm only teasing. Take it as a compliment more than anything. So what? You're saying we should be intimidated because we don't read as much as you? Hey, what you got there, shorty? I try to save myself by changing the subject to the foiled wrap tray in Natsuki's hand. With a heavy Natsuki places a tray at the center of the table and undoes the foil. Probably my best work so far. Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil to reveal 5 colorful cupcakes, all decorated in a way to look like a different animal. These look amazing, Natsuki. They're so cute. You seem to have put in a lot of effort into these things. The sweet smell hit me in an instant. Jeez. You haven't even tried them yet and you're already shouting its praise. Just hurry up and take them. You'll know which one is yours. The cupcakes display an actual color scheme by which each girl takes theirs. I'm guessing the green one is mine. Ooh, it has a fox drawn on it too. That's so adorable. That took a lot more chocolate syrup than I hoped. Ooh, mine's a red puppy. What are the ears made out of? Just some half-cut cookies. What? So I get bonus cookies with my cupcake? You're the best, Natsuki. Mine seems to be a bird of some sort. There was so much detailing I could have done. It's a raven. Just take my word for it. Shut up. I laugh as I take mine from the tray while also eyeing the last one, which is obviously Natsuki's considering the pink color and cat face. Mine is a dark blue cupcake with a symbol drawn on it. It's an insignia for one of the first book series I read for myself. From the corner of my eye, I see Natsuki looking in my direction very intently. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I don't think much about it and take a large bite. An explosion of sweetness greets my taste buds as my eyes go wide for a second. The inside of the cupcake was filled with melted dark chocolate, which countered the main flavor of the frosting, but I loved it. This tastes amazing. Thanks, Natsuki. This is the best cupcake I had in ages. Forgive me, mother, for your godly baking skills have been defeated by a lolly. I don't... Dog. You do know that, we're supposed to be, either the same age as her, seeing as we're both friends when we were kids, or a bit older than her by 1 year. So... I don't know where this term lolly would go in here, but alright. Don't just yell like that, you weirdo. It's my favorite, it's even my favorite color too. Aw, you remembered. No, I didn't. I just ran out of colors. That was totally random. Sure. So good. Sayuri, you're gonna spit crumbs into my teacup. Stop talking. Shall Sayuri always chokes and starts coughing out a few pieces of her cupcake. Monica and I showed more concern for our tea as we both lift them off the table in time. The remainder of the small tea party consisted of Natsuki yelling at Sayuri and the rest of us enjoying our food, talking over a few things regarding school and interesting facts about it that I wasn't aware of. I had a lot of fun with this simple activity. I got to know the girls more and also found out I'm not as socially awkward as I used to be. Although our fun was short-lived because it was time to call it a day and head home. I helped Sayuri put back the desk to their respective spots while Yuri went out to wash her tea set. Sorry for the cut, y'all. I was enjoying my PBs and J's, if you know what I mean. I didn't read that. Since it was time to leave, the rest of us grabbed our bags and ready to do so, but I decided to take this time to talk with Natsuki. Okay, dude, you do that. Oh, what? How did you remember? What are you talking about, you weirdo? I mean the symbol on my cupcake. It was from a story I read so long ago. Long before I even met you. So how? Did you read it yourself or something? Before or something? No, it's something else, but... Can we talk about it another time? Look, she's giving me radiates genuine worry. She really doesn't want to talk about this. But what's difficult about it? She must have seen me read it from afar or something. We were in the same class in school, and that was usually where I would read that book in my pastime. Regardless, I decided to comply and drop the topic. If you say so. But, you have to admit one thing. What? The rest of the cupcakes? Seriously? Yup. Ugh. Yes, I chose the blue color for you specifically. I remember that it was your favorite color. Even the dark chocolate inside, which was only in yours. You happy now? Absolutely. I'll even consider it a warming up award. But I already... Excuse me. Is Bento in this club room? Oh, shit. Oh, great. The demo concludes here. Oh, snap. $1 a.m. Why are we at a bridge? Dog. The wind is so cold. My cheeks are so numb. At first they felt like ice. Now it almost feels like they're on fire. Why do we have to stay here for this? They met up in a fancy warm hotel, and now, when it's important business, we have to stand out here in this weather? He's shaking like a leaf. You think he'll last till the next move? Oh, shut it. He'll be fine. Don't worry. Your old man said he'll be here any minute now. Why did he have to pair me up with these two? This guy's so loud, and his partner is wearing so little clothing, that I'm starting to think she isn't even human. But at least she's nicer than everyone else. Huh? Ah, screw it. He pulls out a cigarette and lights it with a burning desperation before taking a few puffs. He then turns to me. What about you? He's just a kid. What is wrong with you? Why do you have to knock it out of my hand? This is why I told him to drop off what wasn't... This is why I told him this drop-off wasn't worth bringing you along. Oh, come on. He knows the two of us are the best they can get. There's no way he let you out without me. More like everyone in the joint knows you don't have a brain and need me to tag along every time. My ass. What about last week? And there they go. Just want to go home already. Why do I have to do this anyway? I'm even old enough to be out on my own yet, but here I am. That said that I can't tell anyone where I go, but why? He never tells me what we're doing out here, so it's like I can't it's not like I can spill many secrets. He's been teaching me how to talk to people, but it's these two that I, for once, don't want anything to do with. Huh? He promised that this is the last one for the night. I'm so sleepy. Think that's them? Come on, kiddo. Don't blow this. I hope they don't have to fight anyone this time. Should we even be here? Whatever the principal wanted to talk to Bento about seems serious. I know that. It's not like I'm trying to listen on and what they're talking about. I just want to ask him what's up when he comes out. And you didn't have to follow me either. But you just ran out of the club without saying anything. I was gonna follow you anyway, but Monica told me to keep an eye on you. He was staring at me when she walked in. When she called him, he had this look in his eye. Like he knew exactly what she wanted, but was also worried about it. Maybe it was something they talked about before the meeting. He's still a new student. There might be some things she wanted to talk to him about. Nah, I probably fucked up a kid, though. Still, I can't shake off the feeling something else is up. I step outside from the principal's office. The moment I do so, I hear a stampede coming from the left. Bento! Hi? Well? Why is it important? Why do you think? Yeah, Bento, was something wrong? I never seen the principal look so irritated before. And you looked pale when she asked for you, so you knew what was up. Now spill it. I kind of fucked up a kid near the vending machine. I gave them the two-piece combo. All right, well, first off, no, it wasn't something super serious, or at least I thought it wasn't. Huh? Apparently, our dear principal is an old friend of my mom. Oh. You know what? Forget what I said. I didn't beat anyone. I'm not violent. She used to visit us a lot back then, so she got really ticked off when I didn't recognize her the last time I saw her, which was at her office on my first day. At first, I tried telling her that I do remember her, but then got trapped when she asked what her name was, and said I get suspended if I got it wrong. Oh my gosh. Uh, Both girls exploded into laughter, leaving me in double the irritation I felt when I walked out. You almost got suspended trying to remember her name? Hey, I'm still here. You're supposed to be happy about that. Just replay the scenario in your head and tell us it's not funny. Whatever. I already got my bag. I'm going home. I leave the two girls cackling behind me as I head for the exit. Although what I told them wasn't a lie. I'm glad they didn't question me further about the situation. I really thought I was done for. Oh shit, so we did beat up a kid. I did make sure he wouldn't say a word about our encounter, but this got me thinking. Maybe I really should keep an eye on him. It was so overwhelming that I overlooked the fact that the principal is my aunt. Huh? Huh? How do you overlook that? And I thought you said we were here alone. Or that's what she always told me to call her. Oh, so it is her friend. Okay. I thought it was blood relative. I was like, huh? Remembering it all, she was like a sister to my mom. Usually she'd come over whenever dad wasn't home. Even I used that opportunity to have Natsuki come over. It was the only few times I felt at ease. The safety of my own house along with a friend. My thoughts don't seem to let up as I instantly start thinking about Natsuki. Even though we agreed to let it slide, I still find her reluctant weird. This has become another mystery I have to confront her about. That, and there's her home life too. I sigh and drop my bag onto the couch. Whenever I plan on dealing with one problem, another one joins the party. I get the feeling this is going to be a frequent thing with me, and that alone sounds very concerning. But I'm not letting up. For years I've been working hard for where I am now. I gave it my all just to come back here, just to escape Dad. There was nothing for me out there, not even the company of my own mother gave me comfort anymore. Whatever little ounce of joy I had in my life was here. Later that night. The silence is unnerving. I reassured Sayuri and my mom about me being alright on my own. But boy does this solitude get depressing fast. I toss and turn for a while until I look out the window. The moon was perfectly lined up, its dim rays reaching my face as I bask in its beauty. Tomorrow's Saturday. There's no way I'm sitting on my ass at home all throughout the weekend. I can use that time to actually liven up the house and head out more. I should check out that gym I saw the other day when I was getting more groceries. For now, I'm just scrolling through my phone and passing the time until I fall asleep. With a few texts from mom and some spam messages, there's not much else. Once I reach the place, I check the time and see it's fairly early. We're about to go get our gains. My boy, this is about to be Doki Doki the Buff Club. The lifting club. The meme Buffsuki just keeps on popping into my head. Even so, this place is already open. As I reach for the door, a sudden crash catches my attention. In a panic, I look at the source and fall a fallen trash can and a cat running away. Once I process what I saw, I sigh and reach for the... Why? Why did they have to use your sprite again? Why? Why? Why are you back in my life? I thought I only had to see you when Chapter 2 of a different story came out. Why are you here? Watch where you're grabbing, pervert. Uh-huh. I look in front of me and see an intensely flustered girl. Looking down at my hand, I see it dangerously positioned near her chest. Sorry. I yank my arm back and step away. She must have opened the door while I was still reaching for it. We're barely men and you already know what you want. I know guys can't hold themselves back sometimes, but you really have no barriers, do you? Sorry, you're not. Damn! Shots fired, shots fired! Bro, for real, why not I say, sorry, you're not my type. I know I'm quite the catch, but you have to... Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I'm everyone's type, mister. There's not a single soul that doesn't feel blessed in my presence. Guys are pretty much begging to go out with me. Do you want to go out with me? Wait, isn't that a bit too quick? We barely even know each other. I was just kidding. Same. The girl lets out a long sigh before stepping out of the door, then leans against the other closed one. Alright, you got me good. I really didn't expect a guy like you to corner me like that. You really look like a peak antisocial type. Are you really going to make assumptions over my personality after what just happened right now? Alright, I'll stop biting. Name's Bento, by the way. I guess introductions are given at this point. I'm Mina. Well, at least you're not Lisa. But they still gave you the at the end. And judging by that uniform, you're a student at Sakurai High? Oh, that was quick. Do you go there too? Yup, I'm still fairly new since it was my first full week. No kidding. But that brings up a new question. Why are you wearing the school uniform on a Saturday? There's no school today. Or am I missing something and should start panicking? Relax, dude. The reason I'm wearing it now is because I have a whole public image ideal my parents have. I have to wear this thing no matter where I go unless it's an important outing. Something about that? Representing your position in academics or something? Pretty much. But to be honest, I don't even get why they even want me to do this. It's not like the school has some cash money private institute that I can boast about. I think it's more about showing that you're dedicated to your studies and take it seriously. Heh. I guess I can let them believe that. Anyway, as fun as this talk has been, having a chat in the doorway isn't the best move. Oh, right. Well, seeing how I run into you here, you have some gains in mind. Thought that bulking up would help you with your adventures of groping every girl you see. If I had the pleasure of running into you at school, I'll surely let you know. No reaction. You're something else, huh? Whatever you want to believe. Okay. I thought my dog was growling. I was about to start saying. After our exchange, Mina insisted that we actually do meet more and went on our way. I, on the other hand, didn't think too much of it and continued with what I came for. During my warm-ups, I encountered an old man who had a more firm build than me. Mr. Buff over here. He offered his coaching, saying that he's been coming here since his youth and always looks out to help newbies. I need to start going to the gym, bro. I'm skinny as fuck. I need this old man to help me. Something tells me I'm going to have a rough first day. I hope it's all worth it waking up this early in the morning. That might have been the hardest wake-up call I've felt in my life. Feels like an adrenaline on my body doesn't want to let up. I've been at it, and I've been there for hours. As I turn my heel to leave, I catches a large sign of a bookstore across the street. I wonder if they're selling new volumes yet. I recall a random action series I found in the reading material of my flight here. Reading it throughout the trip really helped pass the time, but it was only one volume. I'd been left in suspense since that day. Hell yeah, go to the store! I'm so glad these gyms have their own showers. I doubt they let a sweaty teenager anywhere near a nice place like this. I began my browsing by heading straight for the manga, the small signs guiding me to my destination as though it was an urgent quest. Once I reached my point of interest, the one book I was looking for was perfectly placed on the shelf on its own. Yes! I whisper celebration was quick and quiet. I snatched the volume from the shelf and head for one of the tables. As I look around the place, I discover that most of the seats are taken or occupying a good amount of tables. All but one. Yep, we know who it is. On the far end, I see an almost empty spot. The only person sitting there was my main interest because I recognized him immediately. Time to say hello. And I do so by sneaking up and leaning right beside their ear. Boo! Ah! Shh! Well, I got my fill, but ended up making a scene. I bring my voice to a whisper, trying to hold down the aching laughter trapped in my throat. Hey, Yuri. Bento, what are you... I mean, hello. Relax. Sorry for the little jump there. I take a seat opposite to hers and set my book down. It's alright. I shouldn't have been so loud. It did seem like an overreaction. I just didn't expect anyone to sneak up on me. Yuri quickly stops as she noticed my sudden laughter from the sidelines. Sorry. It's just hearing you apologize when I was the one who scared you is just funny to me. Seriously, you don't have to worry about it so much. I was just having some fun. I see. Seeing as how she's still very flustered, I take an obvious guess that she isn't used to this kind of thing, which I'm pretty much picked up from the beginning anyway. For the sake of her comfortability, I try to change the subject. This is a shot in the dark, but do you come here often? Yes, actually. This has been a place I frequent ever since my first year. What about the school library, though? That place is open 24/7 from what I've heard. Do you also spend your free time there? As much as I enjoy my time and find peace reading at the literature club, I couldn't really feel the same way anywhere else in the school. There's just something distracting about the environment in the school, which doesn't exactly make it an ideal location to spend your time reading in privacy. Which is ironic, seeing how school is supposed to help you boost your reading and ability to study in a friendly environment. It really is quite an amusing thought. Yuri and I share a quiet laugh for a moment, and her attention slowly returns to a book soon after. Oh, I'm not disturbing you, am I? If you need some privacy, then... No, not at all. It is true I'm not expecting nor used to the company, but I do not mind it. Besides, this is a public store. It would be foolish of me to make someone leave for the sake of my convenience, if you say so. Convinced by Yuri's words, I open my volume and begin reading while she returns to her own. May I ask what you're reading exactly? Once she asked this of me, I felt like a dam broke in my brain. Yuri, of all people, seemed like the type of person who has a very strong opinion about certain books. It's, manga series. Oh. Today was the day I learned that a facial expression is more painful than a knife to the chest. Don't say that. Oh my gosh, don't say that. I assume Natsuki has already pulled you into this type of reading. Not really. I've been reading manga ever since I was a kid. Natsuki and I just happened to have the same interests back then. Really? But I thought you read novels in your spare time, like you do in the club. And you're right, I do. But it's not all I'm into. I like to have a variety when it comes to reading. I enjoy deep meanings to a long laid out book, but I also want a light read where I don't feel like putting much mind into it. As you'd imagine, as a kid, I was very interested in these kinds of books anyways, but as I grew up, I widened my taste. Though manga still sticks with me. The stories offered are something really exciting to go through and even share complexity and good details like most novels. Huh. What about you? What about me? Have you ever read something outside your certain genres you've told me about? Once or twice. Huh, I see. After scratching at Yuri's shell more, the two of us had finally gotten into reading after many delays. I really got to learn more about her and made some progress with our communication. I also got to tap in at her confidence level, and sure enough, she will probably be the hardest to convince with her participation at the festival. After a while, the two of us realized it was getting late because of the orange tint peering through the windows. By the time I reach home, the exhaustion of the entire day finally hits me. A loud yawn followed by a mild ache in my arms accompanied me as I walked up to the front door. Man, I really did a lot more than I usually do today. If I can keep this social side of me, I might just forget about playing video games all day. It's not like I can play much on my laptop anyway. I wonder if Mom's old one still works. It used to be another source of fascination to me. She got so tired of me butting in on her work that she locked the room whenever she was busy with it. Speaking of the room. When I step inside, the cool air welcomes me with a mix of relief and shiver down my spine, reflecting the mixed emotions I'm feeling right now. The dust particles and damp atmosphere were enough indications that this room I didn't dare open ever since I came back. Mom and Dad's room. For once, the memories of this place are more fond than the rest I recall. I head over to the desk first, sliding my index finger across just to get a feel of the wood and to check how much cleaning I might have to do. Sure enough, there's that laptop. It eventually broke down and was pretty much useless, but Mom wanted to keep it as a strange decoration piece, making it seem like more elegant yet modernized place. I dare not look at the bookshelf. As my exploration continues, I kneel down and check under the bed. Aside from an old missing sock, there's a cardboard box in the center. How am I gonna get it? Better question, who managed to put it there? The bed isn't high enough for you to just slide something under it, so I stand back and attempt to lift the bed from the sides. Poof. It's obviously heavy, but I managed to lift it high enough to pull out the box using my foot. After placing down and readjusting the bed, I took a look inside the box. Of course. I honestly should have expected that. My hands are shaking when I close the box, but for some reason, there's this cold smile on my face. What's in the box? You can't just leave us in suspense. I take the box back to my room and dump its contents into my drawers. It's like I want to torture myself by keeping them around, but now that I've found it, I just can't seem to let it go. Huh? Checking in for the day again, Mom? An uneventful weekend later. You know, you left in such a hurry on Friday that I didn't even process the fact that the principal is your aunt. She's not actually my aunt, but yeah, I do know her, though I'm not expecting any special treatment because of it, if that's what you're thinking. I'm not. I just think it's super cool. You're fitting in so well. A lot of people already know you and you're even getting popular. What? I slowed down a bit to further prolong this conversation. When did that happen? I don't know, but I heard a few girls talking about you during break on Friday. They were saying stuff like how cute you were. Okay, never mind. What do you mean, never mind? You managed to get them digits for me, Sayuri? I don't want to know more. What do you mean, no? I dropped the topic and shift over to Monica's announcement for today. It gave me another wake-up call about the situation as we entered the school. Alright, Monica, what is your announcement? Lunch break rolls around quicker than I expected. I asked Kotonuha if she wanted to eat together, but she got occupied with her other friends. Oh well, I can probably look around and see if I run into any of the girls from the club. With my roaming around aimlessly, skilled mastered, I find myself near a stairwell I didn't come across. Once I reach the first step, the entrance near it busts open like with a kick. Hey! Just great. Hello to you too, creep. You managed to track me down already, huh? You really are attracted to me. Well, that might be true. Lately, I've been constantly running into the weirdest people. I'm convinced I'm a circus magnet. So, what are you doing around kicking down doors? Well, this is one of the most secluded spots of the school. My entrance would have been less dramatic if I knew a pervert was waiting for me. Mina heads over to the stairs and sits down a few steps up. You're not gonna let that go, are you? Nope. But to answer your question, this is the main lunch spot for me and my friends. It's nice to have a quiet spot so you can be the loudest in the room. That's a unique way to look at it. As she further explains, the door blasts open once again. Hey, who the hell are you? Leave her alone. Oh, it's a girl. I look over and see a girl charging at me, her fist locked on its target. I quickly pull my head back, barely missing the knuckles. Grabbing the arm, I tug the girl towards me and twist her arm, forcing her to spin around. Ow, whoa, 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 whoa. Locking her hand behind her back, I quickly grab the other to avoid getting hit by it. Knock it off, you two. Owie? This fine gentleman wasn't doing anything to me. Can you let her go already, Bento? Once Fido over here promises she won't bite. She won't. I let go of the girl and watch her stumble forward for a bit before twisting her wrist. But with that aside, I gotta say I'm impressed. Those were quite the reflexes. Ah, no kidding. I thought you were gonna break my arm, dude. Try it again when we're alone and I will. Or better, never do that again. Message received. Anyways, this is Aoi. Aoi, this is Bento. And somehow, that doesn't explain much about who he is and why he's here. Does her talking to guys sound that weird? I've never seen a guy approach her before. Usually she's the one telling them or expecting a fight. So I thought you were some random jerk about to beat her up, otherwise no one comes too close to her willingly. Okay, Aoi. That's enough. Guys are just dying to be with you, huh? She doesn't know what she's talking about. Unlike her, I have really high standards. I just don't let any boy come near me. So you're saying you are interested in me? You're killing my self-esteem here. I'll try to restrain myself. So, what's your story? Nothing too interesting. I was just a newbie finding my place here. It's been fine so far. I just happened to run into Mina outside of school and again now. And for some reason, you have hidden ninja skills. You folded Aoi like she was nothing, and that's saying a lot. Which just threw me off guard. You were like a twig even with those layers on. It's not like I'm trying to beat anyone I see. It's only for people who deserve it. I only ever got to that point here once before. I should have not said that. Wait a minute. You're the one who beat the absolute crap out of Yuji! So that's his name. What, are you going to tell on me now? One beatdown is enough. It's not like I can use the same method to keep their mouths shut, but... Are you kidding? It's so cool! Never mind then. That jerk has been on our shit list for months. He's in my class, so it's always hell watching him try to swoon random girls and threaten everyone else. Now he barely gets up from his seat. You did us a solid, dude. Huh? Although, we were just trying to deal with him ourselves. But why did that even happen? Were you trying to get with one of his many girlfriends? Not really. I just wanted to grab a drink from the vending machine, and the dude was just using it as if it were a couch. I asked him to move, he didn't, then one thing led to another, and I ended up slamming his head against the wall. He swung first though. He had it coming either way. Like Aoi said, you did us a huge favor. You're totally off my creep vibes now. Creep vibes? Forget about it. I'm not so fond of bullies myself. I'm sure if I ran into him any other time, the results would have been the same. But I'm not going out of my way to throw down with every jerk I see. But could you let us know next time you do? I want to see I want front row seats to that show. Or better yet, let us in on the action. I have no idea how I should react to this situation. These girls were nothing but a couple of brats in my way a few seconds ago, and now it seems like I tamed two pit bulls. For a bunch of peace and quiet loving girls, you two sure like the sound of violence. Trust me, we don't get this fired up for nothing. Underneath all the high praise and money this school gets, it's pretty much infested with all shapes and sizes of jerks. We just want to clean up the mess of the student council and the principal can't. There's a thought brewing in the back of my mind. But it's sort of scary and frisky to formulate. It's a plan alright, but not a solid one that could get someone far. Though in my case, actually, I think I have an offer that's fun enough for you guys.
What was our offer?
You know, you didn't have to stay back with me today. I always take up cleaning duty. You have club meeting, don't keep the others waiting. And you have one too. From what you told me last week, you have it harder keeping others waiting. I'm just an extra pair of hands here to get the job done quicker. That's fair enough. The two of us continue our barely begun work, me being tasked with wiping the desk while Koto attends to the windows. I breeze through half of these with ease because some people are actually decent humans and don't make a mess of them. There's occasional banters between us, mainly on who's doing a better job, but it concludes with me finishing up my work first anyway. He didn't miss. I cleaned bigger places before. You can't say that when you had the easiest task. These windows are a lot bigger than these desks. But I have more, madam. You have those 2 or 3 singular ones over there. We grab our bags and meet at the front. Yeah, I know. I know a loser when I... Whoa. A small object dashes right in front of us, in front of my eyes. Kochi Nuha catches a glimpse of it too and looks down at the desk. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a little grasshopper. She casually picks it up like it's nothing. Hey! It must have gotten in when I opened one of the windows. Don't just wave it around like that. Get rid of it. No, you... I knew you were gonna do it. She suddenly brings that damn thing up to my face, causing me to step back. Bento? Are you afraid of it? No, just stop waving it around and let it outside or something. Hey, can you hold this for me? She tries to put it in my hand and begins chasing me once I pull back again. Stop! I'm serious! Get away from me! Come on, it doesn't bite. The two of us are now barreling down the halls with me not caring where the hell I'm even going. Huh. Bento's actually pretty late this time. Maybe his fans are holding him up. Fans? What would that idiot do to get that sort of attention? I don't know. I told him about it this morning too. His classmates talk about him a lot. Well, that's an interesting development. I blast through the club door and end up falling. Where is it? Where the hell did you throw it? I let it go a while ago. Relax already. This isn't something you laugh about. Hey, there's no shame in having fears. Hey, y'all. Oh, hey, Monica. What a surprise. Afternoon, Kotonuha. Welcome to the Literature Club. Oh, wait. This is your club? I didn't know you started a new one. Well, I had a lot of motivations and felt ambitions after I left the debate club. But first, Bento, do you mind standing up? Oh, yeah, sorry. I get up from the floor and retreat to the back of the room to save myself from the humiliation. Monica and Kotonuha are now occupied with each other. Kotonuha gave me an early goodbye wave, knowing I'm too embarrassed by now to do so later. I sit at the last desk of the third row and pull out my phone, passing the time till Monica addresses us again. Hey, shorty. Who's that girl? Kotonuha, she's my class rep. I met her on my first day, obviously. She's been a really nice hang this past week or so. And? What? Are you not going to explain what the hell just happened? No, actually. I'd rather not. When the heck did you become this social? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you really asking me that? You were pretty much the prime example of an introvert. You were so scared of talking to people, you avoided them as much as they were bombs. Hell, you were so scared to even talk. If it weren't for me, you would have forgotten what language you even spoke. I acted as your translator half the time whenever someone came and talked to us because your weird body language has something only I can understand. So yeah, it's surprising to see you hit it off with other people. Okay. Just stop yelling my entire life story. Jeez. I promised you that I'd get better, right? Even with being so far away, I kept trying and eventually it worked out, I guess. With a little help from Dad's sudden interest. Also, please don't call it hitting it off. And with that, Natsuki returns to the closet with a dramatic strut. Her behavior made it really obvious that she's really proud of talking me down like that, but it feels like there's something else bothering her that made her question me out of nowhere. I turn my attention to the front of the room and I see that Kotonuha has already left, with Monica returning to her own activities. And so the club has returned to its usual atmosphere. Of course, I'm going to take my time to hang out with Natsuki when I can. But I should probably check in with the others since no greetings were exchanged. After clearing my thoughts and washing out the rush of humiliation, I head over to Monica. So, did the chairs feel less comfortable than the floor? Oh, really killing me here. Yeah. Sorry about the sudden entrance, but hey, I was already late, so if I didn't run here, I'd already be even more so. I was helping out Kotonuha with cleaning up the classroom. Yeah, she told me about it. I have to say, I'm glad that she's your class representative. She's a really good organizer, and being the vice president of the debate club gives her a lot of leadership experience. So having such talents under her belt makes her class rep. Oh yeah, it did seem like you two knew each other. Well, I would assume a lot of people already know you. The title of student council head doesn't just go over most people. That may be true, but I've known her for a while. The two of us were part of the debate club last year and this year too. I only got elected for the council this year, which was partly the reason why I left it. Having to participate in deep topics and organizations while also running a mini police force became too much for you? Pretty much. But I would have left it regardless. I just got really tired of all the politics surrounding the major clubs. Even though we labeled it as a debate, our talks did get very heated at times, and I just didn't enjoy my time there anymore. From the beginning, or why did you join it in the first place? Let's talk about it later. Landmine, back out. Anyway, another thing I wanted to talk to you about. I step in closer to her desk and bring my voice to a whisper. What is your announcement going to be? If I'm going to help you, I need a bit more info on what I'm working with. And I'm also wondering, why doesn't Sayuri know about it? Isn't she your vice president? Oh, right. You are correct. Since she's my vice president, we discuss major activities together before I make it known to the club. But I think you already realize that she doesn't let words stay in just her. It's just her. You were worried that she'd tell everyone before you. It's not like she does it all the time. Sayuri is a very reliable person when it comes to club work. I just felt like playing it safe since this is supposed to be a surprise for her too. And to answer your other question, we're going to be writing poems and reciting them. Poems, huh? Yup. I know it does sound pretty basic, but with the potential I've seen in my members and with high hopes, I know we can manage to turn something as simple as this into something spectacular. Well then, I'll behold my end and test out my own potential in that regard. I'm sure you'll manage to surprise me either way. And speaking of surprises, I've learned that you've already that you're already very familiar with the present principal. At this point, I would be surprised if Sayuri and Natsuki didn't bring that up. But yeah, she's an old family friend. In the corner of my eye, I see Natsuki returning to the desk where I was. She's eyeing me across the room and made it painfully obvious. Her arms were crossed and trapped between them was the next volume of Parfait Girls. Sorry, Monica, I gotta go now. I have to entertain a certain someone. That's a typo. My eyes kept darting between Monica and Natsuki, which seems to have given her the message. Of course. We still have enough time before I make the announcements. I guess I'm going to keep Yuri on standby for now. A simple greeting was not worth being eaten alive by a snarky cotton candy. I sense that you require my presence. If you want to get cozy with every single girl you lay your eyes upon, you can do that outside the club. I won't bother waiting for you like this again next time. Kind of lame way of saying you wanted my attention. Who the hell said that? You're the one who wants to read with me. Awesome, lead the way. I walk past Natsuki to the back of the room and sit down. You... Stop wasting time. I won't bother waiting for you like this next time. Natsuki stays quiet for the majority of her reading session, but that's mostly because she's scared of the various ways I can counter her again. Just like last time, we go through a very good portion of the volume quickly, but Natsuki decided to stop at a cliffhanger. Wait, so let me get this straight. It's barely been 4 minutes since we finished. Minori has a crush on this guy ever since they were little kids, and he doesn't even know she existed. But when they actually met, he complimented her title of the best baker in town. How does he know that, but not who she is? I guess they just slipped that in the narrative. Hey, don't think the writers are cheap like that. It has yet to be proven otherwise. I'm not saying the story is bad, it's just that there's a small details that get harder to overlook. There's a lot of plot points in here that were put in so abruptly, it felt like they put it in and just expected it to work. It could just be that I've read too many in-depth stories that this doesn't fit my interest. And just what have you been reading all this time? Everything. I tried exploring all that I can and discovered that my taste usually resides in either seinen or shonen. Really? That's it? And there's the ecchi. Oh, we're those types of readers. Then there's the ecchi, which got me to look into the other types, but that's a bit more personal of a preference. Other types? You mean you... Yes. Pervert? How the hell can you... How the hell can you just stuff like that... Say stuff like that out of nowhere? What do you mean out of nowhere? The conversation was about manga. I told you about the ones I read. But you don't say you read hentai out loud. Never in my life did I think I would hear the word hentai out of Natsuki. Oh my gosh. I've heard virgin, I've heard fuck, I've heard every other thing because of Triple Trouble, but never that I think I'd hear hentai out of her. Okay, first of all, we literally just got done with a few chapters where it involved the scene of a girl's locker room, which involved half of the girls fooling around and having a chat stark naked. Secondly, the only one saying stuff out loud is you. With that range, I'm pretty sure even Yuri heard you. What I'm trying to say is, I don't care what word gets out. I have a hunch you have those kinds of bugs hidden in your house too. Don't try to get me to relate to your nasty fantasies. As if I had stuff like that. Whatever you say, shorty. After some time, Monica finally called out to us for the meeting's conclusion. As we grouped up to the front of the room, I walked past Yuri, who was still completely lost in her book. As I walked past her, I stretched out my arm and tapped on her left shoulder. Boop. Darn it, Bento. Good afternoon, Yuri. If you didn't hear, Monica has an announcement to make. Right, forgive me. Okay, everyone. As I mentioned last week, I have a special announcement to make. As all of you know, the school festivals is a highlight every year, and it's only a few months away. Not only is it a fun experience for us students to unwind and enjoy ourselves, it's the perfect time for the clubs like ours to gain more members. Since every club will have some sort of activity that projects what their club has to offer, we will be doing something similar. Like, we will simply be writing poems and reciting them in the club as a small performance. Ooh, that sounds fun. Performing? Wait, I can't possibly... Are you crazy? There's no way I'm doing something like that. Me neither. Having to stand of having to stand in front of countless people, all with their eyes piercing through me. You guys, girls, come on. Of course, this is going to be a challenge for the two of you. Trust me, I'm not just doing this to put you two in the tight spot. Like I said, this is a perfect opportunity for us to gain new members to help grow the club from here on out. Don't you at least want that? Not really. Like, why do we even need new members? I like the club the way it is right now, just the four of us. Okay, I'll see myself out. Five. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm fine with the club not having more members. I get to relax and hang out with my friends here. Having more people show up would break that peace and ruin the atmosphere. I understand what you mean, Nat, but you also have to understand that this is the literature club. I may be new here, but I at least know that a member takes part in the activities the club offers, not treated as a hangout spot in general. I'd let you all use this place for your own relaxation regardless, but I'm also doing this because all of you have amazing talents that need to be flourished, and to do that I arranged all these activities. But yes, I would be lying if I said it. I didn't want to take every chance I want to make this club grow, because at the end of the day this is my passion and I want to see it brought to light for others. But if this is a difficult choice for you, then I won't force you. As much as I want to pursue this goal, I can't overstep other people's boundaries. Monica. Guys, it'll be fine. I get why you're feeling nervous. I have stage fright too. But because I want to help Monica in the club, I'm ready to fight that fear. I've seen enough of your take on literature. Both of you have your own way of showing your passion for it as well. The books you read, your opinions and preferences. Why do you think you're here? Don't you at least want your likeness to be other people's too? Sharing them with others that may very possibly be there? Okay. You guys didn't have to turn into a sob fest. This is really important to you then. Fine. Truthfully speaking, it does sound rather selfish of me to only think of my worries when it's an important matter to us all. I'm still terrified, but I'll do it. Oh gosh. Yuri, you'll be fine. But thank you all. I still feel bad for putting this all on you, but I'm sure it will be worth it at the festival. But what else are we going to do for it? I hate to break it to you guys, but people are still uninterested in a club like ours. How do we even get their attention in the first place, let alone perform to them? Well, for starters, I've been working on some flyers that we can put up around the school to advertise. By the end of the month, we're allowed to do so on the school grounds until the festival. And though it's still a work in progress because I'm not sure what I want the final product to look like. Ooh, I can help. I love to draw. I can help you come up with a design and everything. Sure. In fact, why don't you add your contribution in some way? Huh? So we need to do something more aside the performance? Like Natsuki said, literature is a more challenging field, and simply putting up flyers and promising a performance isn't enough. We may attract people, but we may not convince them to stay. So, I want you all to come up with your own means of attraction that will help liven up the club like it's never been before. Not right now. We have a lot of time on our hands. Enough to prepare ourselves for what's to come at a steady pace. 2 months is enough for you to get some big girl pants, right, Shorty? Shut it. Well then. That's actually all I wanted to discuss with you. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this activity. We can start planning all that we need to from tomorrow onwards. I'll come up with a smaller activity to help practice for our performance. With that out of the way, I can rest easy knowing that it all went well despite me not helping all that much. Though both of them were understanding at the end, I still felt like I should have done more. Soon, Sayuri and I take our leave first and head home. I decided to head to the gym later today to understand what count as regular to my coach. To the old man, Mr. Miyagi. And why did you wait the entire day to call me? I did call you after clubs were through. You didn't pick up. So if you're calling me anyway, I'm assuming you got something important. Yep. Aoi and I actually saw the pink head once school was out. We didn't tell her all the way, but that's because someone else was already on her. Huh? And that's it? That is... Don't know yet. But it was a guy who she was already yelling at on her way up to the second floor. He didn't go after her once she was up the stairs. Alright then. I'll need names in his face, or his face, so we can actually do something about him. Don't sweat it, boss. We can do that during break. Don't call me that. I end the call immediately. Sitting at my desk, I spin in circles on my chair while processing the fact that my suspicions might have been correct. If he is in fact a bully, it makes me wonder how long it's been going on. Damn. Okay. This is where we're gonna end it off, folks. Damn. Okay. So that last part really does intrigue me a lot. So we got Mia. Sorry, y'all. So we got Mina and her friend Aoi as our little spies. So I'm pretty sure that's what we talked about before the cutout. So it seems like Natsuki is either being bullied or threatened by some person. Who knows if her house situation is the same as it is in other mods, but she is getting tailed by someone. So we'll see who that is next episode, hopefully. It's nice to see that we're getting new characters every time. So that's nice. This mod is expanding more and more in the characters. And I feel like this is gonna get a good rating at the end. You know? I'm still very sad that FNF isn't going to be posted on my channel, but it is what it is, and it's not much I can do about it. And here's the thing. The first time I recorded it, it worked perfectly on my end, but when I checked the recording, it was all choppy and laggy. So I had to figure out how to change this, and luckily I found it on video settings for OBS. I changed the resolution and everything and all that, and it worked perfectly, and it was recording perfectly, with no lags here and there except for some like fast-paced parts. And that's what annoyed me more. That it worked out perfectly in recording after figuring out how to do it, but I can't use the footage. Anyway, if you like this episode, why not hit that like button? And if you enjoyed this type of content, I intend on making more of this type of content, so why not hit that subscribe button? Anyway, this has been Doki Doki Heart Struck. This has been your boy Bento. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bento out.